ladies and gentlemen. This is Vincent Gassa, once more on Ponder. Apologies for not having dropped a video last week. I was quite very busy. But then we have a video today and we'll continue subsequently. Today's quote is a quote from Alphonse Ekema, and it goes thus. Some people come into your life to change you or for you to change them. Some people come into your life to change you or for you to change them. Now, whatever be the case, we have to understand that whoever comes into our life, there's a role that person has to play in our life, be it for the good or for the bad. But one thing we have to remember is that in everything there are lessons learned. It is easy to accept this when we think of the good people coming into our life who aid us to progress. That's true. But then when we look at those who come into our life and bring in so much hurt and so much distrust and chaos, it's difficult to understand the role these people may have in our lives. But let us remind ourselves of something one of the smartest persons who's ever existed said, Albert Einstein. He said something, that it is because I thank those who said no to me. It is because of them that I could do it myself. Now, we now understand that there is an importance in people saying no to you, in actually people hurting you. Because when people hurt you, they stimulate you. They make you determined. Yes, they get you angry, they get you sad and all of that, but then what matters more is not so much the anger, is what you do with it, how you channel it. Because these people that come into our lives and bring so much hurt and sorrow, they may be just the catalyst that we needed to trigger us, to send us to exponentially greater heights. Every chemical reaction requires a catalyst, and there are some reactions that could be explosive in nature. So they may be just that catalyst that leads to that explosion that would send us to exponential heights. So we should learn to appreciate every situation that comes into our lives. When I use the word appreciate, actually what appreciating does not really necessarily mean enjoying. It means understanding it for what it is and then making the most out of it. Now, there's another saying that goes, in every cloud there's a silver lining. The clouds bring rain, and generally when we say a cloudy day, almost nobody likes a cloudy day. Of course, there's exceptions or rules, but then there's always a silver lining. There's always something positive. There's always something to be learned from every circumstance, from every situation. If there was no pain, if there was no hurt, then the amount of progress we've achieved may not exactly be the same. It may not exactly be the same. So these people that come into our lives, when they do bad things to us, let us learn to take out the lessons in order not to make these poor experiences of ours go to waste. Secondly, we should also learn to try to impart growth to whoever comes into our lives. We mustn't always think of taking because it could be selfish. It doesn't necessarily mean that whoever comes into our lives, we should think of how best we can use the person to our advantage, or we should let ourselves be used to another person's advantage if this can be avoided. No. What it means is that when someone comes into our life, we should do our best to impart growth to that person's life, and should try our best to learn as much as we can from that person. And even if the situations are dire, even if the relationship is poor, even if things are sad, we should try as much as possible to look at what we can learn in order that the same mistake is not repeated, in order that we can become wiser, in order that we can become more prudent, in order that we can grow. For in order to grow, we require great pressure. All the precious minerals which are found within the confines of the earth, within the heart of the earth, were formed under great pressure. Gold is formed under great pressure. Diamond is formed under great pressure. So let us remember this: pressure, negative circumstances, and people who seem to bring only negative things into our life actually have their role in taking us to greater heights. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. And if you like the video, please hit the like button. You can also go to the comment section, let us know your thoughts, and do spread the word. See you next time on Ponder. Good night.